Jim Penna. I am the manager of retirement services here at VectorVest, and while I am older than both of these gentlemen,
probably put together,
I've been here for about 14 years now, and so it's been a great ride. It's funny because as manager of retirement services now, I actually came from working on trading desks, and we were laughing about it earlier. I have a much more speculative streak in me than some of the stocks you'll see me pick here, but that's my own personal assets, not my VectorVest portfolios. But it's great to be here. These are always fun panels, and doing it with two good friends is always fun. I did crush Glenn in golf. He did hit one drive farther than I did.
About 280 yards.
He caught one where I played a little bit too much fade, and he got me by a few yards. But
guys, Jim hit an eagle when I played with him last week. This guy's on fire.
He is. Don't play golf with him right now.
He'll take your money.
He'll take your money.
All right, let's go.
Anyway, it's great to be here. So I actually have 4 picks out of this. I was chosen to have 4, but that's okay because one of them is going to be kind of along the gold silver line. We'll start at the top. Universal UFPI is the top stock. This is a company that I have owned, that we own in our model portfolios in our coaching group. And if you just slide right over to the RS column, you'll see why. Relative safety at 1.42, excellent on that 0 to 2 scale. Decent relative value number. Earnings growth rate is strong, and they pay a dividend. So I like the company. When we go to the graph, you'll see that it's been a nice run. The comfort index is not quite where I'd like it to be, especially for a high RS stock, but a good company. Pays. Glenn, slide over a little bit to the right. We'll get some dividend information there. Not a huge yield though, but it's safe and it's growing. And so we'll see more when we see the graph. But Universal Forest Products, I like a lot. My other choice was Global Copper. Is the SIL that I showed was the Global X Silver. I chose copper. Why? Because we already have a gold and a silver. So I chose copper as just another one, a lower price, another same reason, same narrative, with $1 down and commodities and metals moving up. It's just one that will, I believe, have its run. It's already having it with an RT at 1.74. So I just thought I'd throw that in there to let you know you got your gold, your silver, and your bronze metal or your copper metal here. So I'm coming in third on this one, but I chose that one again, just the same narrative, but another vehicle to do it with. Next is ABBV. It is in the biotech industry, but it has nothing to do in this particular biotech with COVID. So another good quality stock. I'll go through some of the numbers. I made sure I wrote them down so I don't get any of them wrong. Just another good high RS stock, pays a dividend, good earnings growth rate, pays a very strong dividend. The yield is blowing away other companies within that industry, like Eli Lilly or Merck or Pfizer. It's got right now over a 5% dividend yield, paying $4.72. So, again, with both capital appreciation and dividend and income in mind, I think it's a great stock. When we look at the graph, you're going to say, why are you looking at this now? But I just think it's a good time to buy. I won't use the phrase bottom fish, but because it's not that kind of stock, but it's at some support right now, even though it's down a bit. So another great stock I like a lot. And then finally, I'll go back to what I've talked about on these panels before. Listen, I don't want to get too far into the whole market climate. I strongly urge you to go in every Friday, look at the market climate graph, look at the market climate section and read through that. It's not necessary. We're in a, what is it?
Case 8?
Case 8, bear market scenario where earnings and interest rates are falling and inflation is rising. That's a case 8 bear market scenario. Dr. D taught me a long time ago, and that those bear market and bull market scenarios are not necessarily market timing indicators, but it's good macro information to have. And when you tell me that interest rates and earnings are falling, here is a great place to go long, to get paid a nice dividend. And you'll see the chart and you'll see since the low, the XLU it's a safer play, right? It's not as hot as some of the other stocks we're looking at. But again, I'd like to bring a little different perspective or nuance to what I consider a hot stock here. So I think those are all 4 of my picks, Glenn. And we can take a quick look at the graph and you guys can comment, but doesn't matter which one we start with. So you could UFPI is fine. So UFPI, again, this is, I believe, a 1-year graph we're looking at, or actually a 3-month graph. So earnings, again, projections, you could bring it out to a year. A little choppy on the earnings for a 1 year, but the estimates are growing. Earnings are strong, and I've got a nice graph pattern from that low and a good, strong, high RS stock. So this just fits into the type of stock. When I run my searches, when we're looking for candidates for our retirement model portfolios, UFPI always comes up. Another great stock. You can sell covered calls against stock like this, generate even more income against that dividend yield. So just a good quality stock, some dividends, some capital appreciation there. Not super speculative, but I love the graph pattern. Hitting new high today. Buy rated stock.
Couple of things. That industry, building, is another hot industry right now. Well, it's a hot sector, and the industries within that sector are hot. So something that I'm probably going to cover in Trending Thursday this week. Also notice that because he's taking that longer-term view at these stocks, notice that this is a 40-day moving average as opposed to a 20-day moving average, which I think serves the purpose, gives the stock a little bit more room to the downside as opposed to the stocks that Steve and I picked today. Right in line. Always understand when you look at a graph, make sure you're looking at a graph that fits the stock. All right, and the way Jim set this up is ideally set for this stock using that 40-day, and love that the earnings is rising. Good pick.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they had a major surprise on earnings.
They did,
which
yes.
is really no surprise to us.
Right, and you know what the great thing about that was is that they actually beat expectations. The expectation was that they might have some trouble.
Yep.
Had great earnings, great forecasted earnings on top of that.
Yep.
So that, I'm sorry, I did leave that out. Thanks for reminding me.
No, it's fine.
Now it's on the graph for you.
Yeah, that earnings, which Glenn just added there, I forgot to mention that. So a recent, very positive surprise on earnings was another reason.
Yeah, they were cooking coming into COVID.
Yeah.
And then surprise.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Awesome. No, I like it. Buy it.
Yeah. All right, you ready for your next one, buddy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go back to ABBV and finish up that way. Okay.
ABBV is, again, in the drug industry, biomedical, not really biotech per se. And you might look at that graph and say, what are you doing? Now, I'm not somebody who's I use support and resistance for my technical indicators generally, but I was looking at the stock and trying to rationalize why I'd come to a hot stock panel and put that up there. But again, you've got a good quality stock. This stock is up, let me get some of the numbers right, 46% since the March low, I believe, if we've gone back that far. What do we have there?
There you go.
So it's also up.
That's a lot of move, bro.
I'm sorry, 30% since March 23rd, 45% over the last year. And I added stochastics to it because to look at this, again, and if you're looking at an oversold stock, you've had that crossover. I guess you kind of want to see it above 20. Steve, you know better than me. But
not
if you
me,
zoom in
just
a
Steve.
little,
Okay.
If you zoom in a little bit there, you'll see that kind of that crossover came on stochastics, so indicating an oversold condition. So, plus I can self-impose some support there. But I know it's a good quality company, and I know they had Humira is their big drug, and their patent on it was winding down, but they were smart. They went out and they bought Allergan. So,
oh wow,
so they've got a lot of products still, even though that happened. And by the way, this is also again with that great dividend. I think it's over a 5% yield right now on the dividend, if I'm not mistaken.
You want dividend yield?
Just the dividend, or either one, yeah.
I'll give you yield.
Yeah, go yield. I can't see it from back here.
The dividend yield is at 5.11 and rising.
You've got over a 5% yield. And then just one last box to check off on this. It is what's called the Dividend Aristocrat. It's grown it's on the S&P 500, and it not only has paid, but grown its dividends every year for over 25 years. And so a lot of reasons, again, yes, I understand it's a more prudent investment right now, but I like where it is on price-wise because I'm confident in the underlying company. So I think it's a good time to buy it.
Yeah.
All right. Going back to what Jim originally said, which I liked, the stock is, I'm going to take dividend off. The stock is in oversold territory because it's below the value of 20 on the stochastics. And then, put this on 3-month graph, the percentage K just crossed above the percentage D, which is a good indication. Confirmation of the upward move would be once it gets out of the territory of being oversold. So I do like that as it's gone down. And Jim's right. This company's been around a long time. It's just taking a breather. But that could be a good early entry with the percentage K going above the percentage D. If you want more confirmation, wait till it gets out of the oversold territory. But I think that's a good stock to consider as soon as let the stock come to you. I say that a lot. Let the stock come to you.
I think there's both income and capital appreciation.
And that's already built in, as you mentioned. That's absolutely right.
All right. If you are impatient and don't want to let the stock come to you, sell the put. Sell the at the money 45-day put, optimal rate of theta decay. I would be willing to bet, just looking at the chart, it's always good to have an option chain in front of you, but I would be willing to bet that the implied's running still pretty good there.
I'm looking at just eyeballing it.
Yeah, you can sell whatever that. No, I can't see the number, but
that's at 90.
Sell those puts.
Yeah,
that's right at 90. Mm-hmm. That's a good level of support.
The implied's probably drying up a little bit over the last 2 days, but it should actually still. You should get some juice. Probably get some juice in the put.
Like we do in our coaching group every Tuesday. I think it's a great covered call candidate as well. Again, you're right. I'd have to have the option chains in front of me, but I know I've sold covered calls against this as well. Another good covered call candidate.
Good pick.
I agree.
So, yeah, again, a little more boring than some, but
and just real quick,
a good company.
There was another stock that you had in here with ABBV.
Well, I threw T. Rowe Price in there. It's a totally different industry, but it was kind of the same idea of a dividend aristocrat where there is capital appreciation potential as well as a safe growing dividend. So, the longer term on the stock, again, this has grown its dividend for over 25 years. A company I think I might have talked about on this panel before. Again, a nice run since the March 23rd bottom, and overall a nice move on the stock. So under the same umbrella, different industry, but same idea, capital appreciation, good, safe, steady income. Again, another great covered call candidate. So the type of stocks, a hot stock for you retirement-minded investors.
Hot retirement.
Hot retirement.
Yeah, hot retirement.
Is that like James Brown? Hot pants. All right, maybe not. All right, let's go to your next stock. I don't know where that came from. You don't want to know what's in my mind half the time.
No, we don't.
Let's go to XLU.
Little Richard's coming.
Little Richard's. Here we go. All right, XLU.
XLU again, looking at the chart and hearkening back to the climate graph where you've got earnings falling, you've got interest rates falling. There's not a lot of yield out there. Okay, again, and here there's capital appreciation potential here as well. It's not just a buy and hold sideways move here, although you do get a nice dividend yield. I don't have, how long is that graph, Glenn, that you got it there?
3 months.
Try a 1 year graph on it.
1 year.
Yeah, so you got hit like everything. Every graph we look at has that pattern in it, but a nice move from the bottom, and I just think a good place to be given the climate, the macro view of where the market's at. I think a great place to be.
I like the stocks that Jim brings to the table. Because again, even though this is a hot stock panel, Jim always brings that retirement-minded perspective, which I think is awesome, because we don't just have aggressive traders in this segment. All kinds of investors, and I always love the stocks the alternatives to what's going on in the market to help those retirement-minded people. So I wanted to just say that. That's a good pick, but I thank you for that.
My pleasure. I do have to say one thing. These are all kind of longer term stocks, but there is one speculative stock that I like. And I know Steve's familiar with this stock. It's EXROF is one. It's involved in the electrical engines and electrical parts for things like that. I think Steve actually knows more about this company than I do, but I think this is kind of like the clean energy idea, where it's a trend, and you may see now this is speculative. Please don't put this in your retirement account because I'm telling you to do this.
It's 80 cents.
But it's the idea that we're looking at the same idea of clean energy, of electric vehicles and things like that.
Yeah. So real quick, guys, this is an interesting pick. I've almost picked it before myself. And it's because of the potential that it does have. A little bit about the company. They're about a $20-25 million a year company out of Canada. Got any Canadians out there?
Hey, bud.
Yeah. Now, they just brought over a big wig from GE Motors. Big sales guy from GE has made his way into the fold now. To me, that already speaks volumes. And they're the first company to actually reinvent the electric motor. You know, we've been essentially using the same electric motor now for, I think, close to 100, if not more than 100 years. And the way I would think about it is like the gearing mechanism on a 10-speed bike. You know, you can, if Glenn doesn't have any gears and I've got gears, who's going to be able to go 20 miles more efficiently? The guy that's pedaling like crazy the whole 20 miles, that's the current electric motor. Or this new motor that has an efficiency gearing system in it that allows it not only to be more effective in terms of output, but also more cost effective in terms of efficiency. So you get kind of the best of both worlds. You get optimal power and at a reduced cost. Could be with all the electric cars and trucks. And listen, the Hoover Dam runs on electric motors, okay? Lots of things do. It's interesting.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. So talk about going 180 degrees. If you don't want to buy UFPI, you can go this route.
I own some of it.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. It's, I like the story. I love the story.
Yeah.
behind it.
All right, let's go to the last stock, COPX.
Yeah, the last one, as I already said, there's not a whole lot of analysis to go in here other than because we already had the gold and the silver talked about. I believe it's one that may kind of follow suit. Love the pattern on the graph. Again, I unless I'm day trading it, and even then, I'm not as put off by the fact that, okay, it hit its high 2 days ago. If I like the idea, if I like the idea of a weak dollar and strong silver, gold, and add copper to that, I look at it as a buying opportunity. Now, do I want to see it moving up when I buy it? Of course I do, but I like the idea that it's pulled back a bit. And if I'm buying into the idea behind it, I'm not going to wait for a new high to buy it. That's just the way I look at it. But so that was really just added into the whole narrative of what we talked about with gold and silver.
I like that we covered all the precious metals. Gold, silver, and copper.
We got them covered.
We got them all covered.
I came in with the bronze medal.
And the bronze medal.
It's a conductor.
Oh, Lord. Just anyway.
It's a conductor. It's very important. Very
on the train.
It's very important. It's
Anyway, I like the idea that as a panel, we covered all of the precious metals and gave you opportunities of
Hey,
stocks.
Glenn, one more thing.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, stop talking for a minute.
Okay.
One more thing I just want to comment on. Now, I talked a little bit about selling covered calls against some of these stocks. Steve brought up the idea of selling puts or buying protective puts, married puts or whatever you want to call it on some of these stocks. Talked about dividends. I just wanted to say real quick, next week, I'll be presenting webinars on next Wednesday and Thursday. And Glenn, if you could bring up that site, that website there is VectorVest.com/web URS. It's vectorvest.com/web URS. And I would love if you join me. The 3 strategies to protect and grow your retirement nest egg. 3 core strategies we believe every retiree must know or be able to implement so they can retire with a peace of mind, because we're going to show you how to grow your portfolio through capital appreciation, how to generate safe, steady income, and most importantly, in my opinion, is capital preservation, being able to protect your net worth. So we go through that. I'll talk about it in those webcasts. Go to that site, and I'd love for you to join me for that those webcasts next week.
Outstanding. All right. Hey, Joey, do we have a winner?
Norm Dyke. N-O-R-M-D-Y.
No.
Norm Dyke.
Cheers.
Norm!
Look it up.
All right, so Norm
Look it up.
Dyke has won the mug.
Look it up.
All right. And if you were unfortunately not a winner of the mug, you can definitely go below this video, click on our store, and you can purchase your own mug. If you have not already, if you're not already a subscriber to the software, Joey, can you type the link in there again? A great way to take advantage of a 30-day trial to the VectorVest software for 99 cents. Joey's giving you a link. Click on that link. You can sign up for a 30-day trial. Again, last but not least, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. All right, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you come to watch when we have new content to give you. Hit the bell icon. Hopefully you hit the likes today. Joey, how many likes did we get today?
97.
Huh?
97.
Really, 97. But all of the people here from VV Nation, I got 97 views. All right, before we go, I want 150 views. Ready, set,
Likes.
go. Huh?
Likes.
Likes. What did I say?
Views.
Views, likes. I want about 150 likes. Make it happen, please. All right, but if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and, of course, comment. Trending Thursdays, every Thursday here on YouTube. Again, I take you through stocks that are making the news. We use the power of the VectorVest software to help us to make decisions. But we cover all of the major things that are happening in the news. If you know someone that would enjoy this panel, please share this link with everybody on your social media. You may not know how many people are interested in the stock market, and you could be giving them away to learn more about the stock market. Folks, we love doing this every month. And I love the panel of people that we bring together. It's always different people, except for me. I'm the only stale one. But we always bring different people, different ideas. Some people are more aggressive. Some people, like Jim, are more conservative. Steve and I are, I guess, progressive. I like that. Progressive, prudently aggressive. So we can accommodate everybody that's out there. Thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it. We appreciate it as a company. Help us to support the channel. You guys have a great day. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, salem, shalom, namaste, peace.